Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am Madden Gaming, and I am back with some more college football reaction. Oh my goodness, guys. Look at this title. This title says massive news revealed for NCAA football 25. Look at that title once again. NCAA football 25. Guys, no words can describe this excitement that I have in my body right now. I don't even know what to say. All I need for you guys to do is like this video right now. Subscribe to your boy if you want more reactions just like this one. Let's just get right into it. No more talking.
We've got a big update on the upcoming NCAA football video game. We've got to go over the current state of the lawsuits and the player likeness, what it's looking like for a release, and some other features that they're working on. So if you remember, about a couple months ago, the NCAA football video game hit a slight roadblock with the name, image, and likeness because of the Brander Group issuing a lawsuit against EA and saying that players were going to boycott the game. Now, I said at the time that this shouldn't affect release because they've already dumped way too much money into the development of this game, and if they had to release it with generic rosters, they would do just that anyway. However, it doesn't even look like that's going to be the case, as we got a pretty big update on what's going on, and also some new features to talk about as well. Now, there's an article on the On3 website where they break this down. It says, a spokesperson informed On3 in a statement Monday that the video gaming company is moving forward with plans for its release next summer. The Brander Group sued EA for interference in June, arguing it attempted to retain players' rights while group licensing contracts. EA has since responded following a motion to dismiss the lawsuit last week. We're incredibly excited to bring back an authentic college football experience for fans and athletes that have shown such passion for the franchise, and we're looking forward to delivering that in the summer of 2024. And EA
Summer 2024?
Now, why was the Brander Group suing EA? Well, they ultimately decided to sue EA Sports for tortious interference. The group licensing company works with more than 54 Division I institutions. When U.S. District Judge Hayward Gillen rejected the Brander Group's motion to issue a temporary restraining order against the video gaming company in June, he noted the only thing at stake in the case was the monetary benefit of the Brander Group. An in-person hearing has been scheduled for October 19th. A source indicated to On3 in June the cash pool to pay athletes was in the $5 million neighborhood. That would pay out to $500 per player.
I like that. I think that's good.
Royalties off the game either. And as of right now, EA Sports has not made any official offers to the FBS athletes yet. It says
I picked the software engineering program because they pay very well. It's a fast-paced industry. The boot camp allows.
It says here, EA Sports has announced that we are working with One Team partners to manage the process for college football athletes to sign up and opt in to be included into our upcoming EA Sports college football game. There has been speculation around our plans, but it's just that, speculation. To be clear, we have not yet made any offers to any college athletes for this game. A competitor in the college licensing realm, One Team and the Brander Group were previously in business together. One Team invested a minority stake in the Brander Group in April 2021. In the documents filed in the motion to dismiss, EA outlined its plan to ink contracts with institutions with the collegiate licensing company. EA argues the Brander Group does not need to be consulted in negotiations. So really the biggest deal the amount that's going to the players, it's really the Brander Group it seems as though they're
it seems like it,
because they're just really not necessary to facilitate this deal. They're just kind of looking out for more of themselves. Obviously they're trying to get players more money too, but that just benefits them as well.
But the money that they're putting up, I mean, a lot of those players are not going to see that money playing football. Let's be real.
The far majority of players that would be in the game are not even worth that. You've got tons of backup players, and even players that might be really good for a particular school. That doesn't mean that they're even an NFL caliber player, and they'll never make it to
1,000% correct.
Looking at all the players as a whole, yes, some people are going to be getting less than they deserve, but a lot of people are going to probably actually be getting more than they deserve. And I know some people might say, well, they should be working out individual deals, especially with the bigger name players, but the problem is, where do you draw the line? Is it the top 10 players?
Yeah.
The top 50? Is it the top 100?
It's too many players, especially for college.
Not. If you start individually doing a deal with one person, now you got to open that up to everybody, and that's just simply not feasible when you've got tens of thousands of college athletes. You need to have
not even close to feasible.
Agree upon and opt in.
It's very feasible to do that with NFL players, let alone college.
Where you're forced to take this and like it, it's a situation where, hey,
there's way more.
Sign up, you'll be in the game. If not,
moving pieces.
Have to replace you with the generic person. That's just how it goes. But you can't work out individual deals with all these players because you would just never get that done. Now, really quickly, before we continue, I do want to mention that we are once again sponsored by Underdog Fantasy. They're a really great fantasy app that a lot of people love.
Shout out to Underdog Fantasy.
Now, EA CEO Andrew Wilson spoke about this at one of their recent...
CEO, okay.
Some incredible progress around college football. football. Again, we have a long history and an incredible legacy around building this great game. In addition to our very famous and culturally relevant Madden franchise, college football has always played a meaningful part in gameplay in this country. The team's doing an incredible job building out what will be the future of college football. Gameplay is really coming together and really capturing all of the action and pageantry and difference in college football versus the NFL.
College football is
in what the team's doing. He also said we're certainly working through the licensing situation broadly. As of now, we've got many, if not most, schools licensed as part of our licensing platform, and we'll continue
Oh, that's
to work with
great.
various governing bodies of the sport. And he also said, I do believe that we'll find a place where we can work in lockstep with the athletes for inclusion in the game as well. So anybody that thinks the game isn't coming out, it's just not the case. It is coming out summer 2020.
It's coming
I
out.
don't know 100%
It's coming out.
not, but it more than likely will. But we know it's going to have all the real teams, the names, and everything like that. Now, in terms of features, we already know
That's
they
gonna
said
be
Dynasty
epic.
Mode is going to be the flagship mode. It's the mode that they're putting the most work into. We know there's going to be a road to glory.
Of course.
There's going to be stuff like the transfer portal. We know that they're capturing all.
I wonder if they're gonna add some new ones.
Real crowd noise, real music that's even played in the games on big third downs.
The atmosphere of college football has always been incredible.
Song and every single thing.
In the game,
As much of it as possible.
it's on a different level than Madden.
As possible. Hey, really quickly, if you're still here at this point of the video and you haven't subscribed yet, you might as well go ahead and subscribe because you're already a part of the family whether you like it or not anyway. And if you want to always be up to date with the latest news around the NCAA game, you don't want to miss out on any of these important videos in the future. Now, Matt Brown from Extra Points has been reporting on this game every step of the way. He's got some insiders who have been giving him some info on the game, and everything he said, EA has pretty much eventually come out to confirm one way or another. And the latest thing he talked about on Twitter not too long ago was that he said in addition to the stadium scans, the musical assets, the helmet stickers, and more, EA Sports is also asking schools to submit rivalry game information for the next video game. So they're going to have all the big
That's gonna be epic.
and things like that. Matt Brown was also asked if he thinks
Bro, if they do like the trophy celebrations at the end, that'd be epic.
Virtually 100%. Name, image, and likeness and litigation with the Brander Group was never a threat to delay the game. Tech hiccups can always happen, but everybody I've been talking to has been consistent in saying that this thing is now on schedule. He was also asked about schools that are doing stadium upgrades like Texas Tech. Is that expected to be done for the 24 season? And he said, actually, yes. He was told that schools doing construction projects could share renderings of what construction will look like, and they can be fleshed out with other photos later. So we should hopefully have everything in
Oh, wow.
stadiums and all that stuff as much up to date as possible. By the time this game
That's gonna be great.
It's been 4 years. They're putting a lot of work into it. More work than it sounds like they put into Madden, for whatever that's worth. We know NCAA was always
Well, I think it's because with Madden it comes out every year,
back. It has to live up to that.
so you can only do so much
NCAA 14 and some of the
in that time frame.
because if not, people are going to be really mad. And unlike Madden, where there's still a decent amount of things that are still missing, when you're constantly putting a game out every single year, even though they're kind of now trying to finally add more of those things back to the game, you still only have 9 to 10 months to develop each year. But whereas with NCAA, you've had 4 years to build this out, so you didn't have to rush anything to market. In fact, they even pushed it back a year so that they can make sure it's ready.
Oh, that's right, they did. I forgot all about that.
New game out every single year. They can't take a year off and just update the previous game. The NFL isn't going to go for that. Whereas with NCAA, there's no reason for this not to at least live up to the old games or even surpass it, because they can
I think it will.
out when it's ready and they don't have to rush anything. And so far, that's the route they've taken. If they wanted to rush this out and have it be a reskin of Madden, this could have been out 2 years ago. But the fact that they pushed it back means that they are not reskinning the game and they're actually making it unique, because if they weren't, they would have had this out by now. Now, if you want to know about the 10 biggest confirmed features,
He gave us an update on the player, I guess you could say the player likeness, and come to find out, the other company, it wasn't about the players, to be real with you, it was about them. You see, I bet you, and I seen some people online like, EA should pay them a lot more. They're this and that. Listen, guys, half of those people that's on the sideline that's getting paid that much, they probably was in the background like, wait, we getting paid that much for what? I mean, I'll take it, but for what? What did I do? Coach don't even know I'm on this team. He don't even know my name. I walked up to his office the other week. I was like, hey, what's up, coach? He was like, who you here for? I'm like, I'm on the football team. Really? What's your number? Let's be real. To me, that is a great price to distribute across the board, in my opinion. College football is coming back, ladies and gentlemen. It turned me to an LSU fan. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hopefully you found some useful information in this one. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.